All right, there we go. Assalamu alaikum, everybody. So welcome to the second Tech Sisters Hackathon. We are super excited, alhamdulillah, to present all of the really cool ideas from this year. Just share my screen and we will get started, inshallah. Okay. I think next year I need to have like an assistant managing the people coming in. So I'm getting little notifications as I'm talking. All right, so the Community Hackathon Fall 2024. This year, we did it in collaboration with MWC Muslim Women Connect, and this is our first collaboration, and we are very, very, very happy with how it turned out, alhamdulillah. So in today's call, we're going to talk a little bit more about Tech Sisters and who we are, how we structured the Tech Sisters Hackathon, and why it's unique from your normal run-of-the-mill hackathons. We're going to introduce our judges, and then we're going to get into the real meat of the call. Alhamdulillah, we're going to be doing the team demos. Then the judges are going to go off and deliberate, do the scoring. So tonight we're going to get all in one, right? In this call, you get the presentations, and we're going to get the winner in the same call. Last year, we had it separated into two different calls. So the judges will adjourn after the demos. During that time, we will have a little talk about Women Connect and how we can get involved. We'll talk a little bit about our mentors and why that was a unique part of the hackathon experience. And then we're going to do it. We're going to... Okay, so who are Tech Sisters? What is this group that you joined on this call, alhamdulillah? So Tech Sisters is an organization for Muslim women in tech. I started it in 2019 because I was running into this very familiar experience of being the only person like me at work, or being the only person like me at a conference, or in settings where there are a lot of people, and you shouldn't really be the only hijabi in a setting of like thousands of developers, right? So Tech Sisters is really all about acknowledging this fact that so many women in our community have multiple layers of being the only person like them at work. So not only are we the only Muslim women, but we're also usually the only woman in our team, or even we are usually the only person from a non-white background or an immigrant background. Often we're the only ones who are parents, or the only ones who have a specific family considerations, or there's so many layers of this. I think a lot of us can identify with I'm the only this, I'm the only that, I'm the only this, and it really combines and builds on top of each other into this really isolating, and what can be a very isolating experience. And so at Tech Sisters, we're all about, you're not alone in this, right? We have over 700 women in this community who are really resonating with that being, unique at work. And so you're not alone. We see you. We know what you're going through. We get it because we've been there too, right? Alhamdulillah. We understand the career goals, what you're trying to achieve, and we have a whole community of women who are on a very, very similar journey, right? You feel like you're struggling and finding a job in tech. Well, guess what? We have a lot of women who are working on the same thing and are trying to build up their portfolios just like you, or trying to learn new skills just like you. And this is really about bringing us together, having that shared commonality, meeting other women, making friends, making connections, and really collaborating with each other and building these beautiful connections, right? And another big part of Tech Sisters is we have women who succeeded and reached that level of success in their career without having to sacrifice who they are or sacrificing any part of their deen, right? So Tech Sisters is really unique in being a professional organization where we are really encouraging this holistic sense of ourselves, where we are not just the person who we are at work, but we're also Muslim women, right? And part of that, our faith is a really strong link in that. And so, we really, that's something that we embrace, alhamdulillah. So yeah, so that's Tech Sisters, alhamdulillah. So the Tech Sisters Hackathon, why do we do this? I kind of mentioned this a little bit in that last introduction, but so many of our members, or basically so many in the tech field in general right now, are really struggling with finding a job in tech. A lot of the Tech Sister members kind of fall into similar groups. So you're just getting started into tech, you're a student or a recent grad, or maybe you did a career transition into tech and it's really hard to find those entry-level jobs, right? It's hard for everybody, alhamdulillah. Or maybe you have a little bit more experience, but you're trying to find remote work in other countries, or these different kind of niche cases. In every situation, it's really good to have experience, right? To have projects, to have a really robust portfolio. That's the number one reason why we're doing this hackathon, is to just really give our members a way to work on those projects, to have things that are a little bit more complicated than what you might have found when you were doing your bootcamp or your tutorials, and to really elevate that experience and push you a little bit farther so that you can show your skills off, alhamdulillah. The second part of it is collaborating with other Muslim women. So like I was saying before, it's super unusual to meet especially in the West, it's super unusual to meet other Muslim women at work, like in the wild, so to speak, right? Alhamdulillah. So Tech Sisters is super unique in being a hackathon where all the participants are Muslim women, first of all, that's super rare. And then just being in a situation where your whole team is other Muslim women like you, who are juggling family, who are juggling kids, other responsibilities, and who really get where you're coming from, who know like you need to take a break to pray and all of that stuff. So that's a really cool and unique feature about the Tech Sisters hackathons. The third bit, I was talking about juggling schedules, is we have a very flexible schedule. So whereas a normal kind of traditional hackathon is you go to a location in person and you have a very, very, very intense weekend, and then you build a really cool thing. So that's not really feasible for a lot of our members who have children or who have other family responsibilities. Tech Sisters is a very global community. So even though a big core part of our audience is based in the UK, it's completely international. So you'll notice from a lot of our teams, there are a lot of sisters who are in the UK, but a lot are living in other countries as well. So we want to be very inclusive of these experiences. Really welcoming all of our Tech Sister members to participate in hackathons, no matter where you live or what your schedule is like. So instead of having a weekend, we spread our hackathon out so that it covered the whole month of November. And this is a very unusual thing. The main reason is to make sure that you could kind of work on it on your own time in a flexible schedule, where you can do it pretty much online. Completely online. I think all the teams did, alhamdulillah. But in a way that works for you, in being realistic with people's lifestyles and schedules. And then the other part is we put it into two segments. So there are two phases to it. There was a build phase, which was the first 2 weeks, where teams were really encouraged to think very deeply about their ideas, do a lot of research into their target audience, to really think about the product market fit of what they are going to build out. Because we're going to be spending a whole month on this, we wanted to make sure that teams were having deep consideration of what they were going to be building. And in the second half of the month, the last 2 weeks was the build phase. So what you would normally think of a hackathon, but it's kind of stretched over 2 weeks. And again, the idea of this is we want this to be a portfolio showcase, right? We want this to be more than just a project that you did in your bootcamp or on a tutorial. This is a robust project that you can talk about when you're going into job interviews. So this is a big reason why we extended it so much. And of course, the fourth reason why we want to do a Tech Sisters hackathon is we have so much talent in the Tech Sisters community, just bursting of talent, alhamdulillah. And just because of who we are and what we do as Muslim women, we are very committed, we care a lot, we want to make a difference. So, and you'll see this throughout all the projects that are going to be demonstrated today. But we want to build things that make a difference. We want to build projects that are serving our communities who are often neglected or overlooked through most mainstream sources, subhanAllah. So this is why we're doing the Tech Sisters Hackathon. It was a massive, massive success last year, alhamdulillah. So very excited to continue this and make this a regular thing that we're doing, alhamdulillah. Okay, so let's introduce our judges. We have 3 judges this year, alhamdulillah. So Zara Masood is a data and analytics engineer at Yodo. And you might remember Zara from our recent career panel and working in dev, where she gave, or not dev, working in data, where she gave really, really excellent actionable advice on how to break into data and find your way in the field. Zara, would you like to say a little bit about yourself?
I think that was more than enough. but yeah, lovely to work with you again, Grace. And yeah, I'm my niche is in data, and I've been working there for a few years. So if anyone has any questions, feel free to reach out.
Alhamdulillah. We also have Amira Nafati, who's a staff UX researcher at Twilio. And Amira has been just a really core part of Tech Sisters since she joined a couple of years ago. She's so generous with her time and her advice, and always happy to have her excellent opinions on our call. Alhamdulillah. Amira, would you like to say a little bit about yourself?
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you, Grace, for this very great introduction. Yeah, as Grace said, I'm a user experience researcher with a background also in computer science, although I haven't been coding now for many years. So yeah, I can really help with any questions you would have in the follow-up of your projects about how you can research about, for example, the market positioning of your ideas, or how users are going to use your product. Hopefully, if you are in the trajectory of creating projects. So yeah, feel free to reach out to me if you need any help on these topics.
MashaAllah. And what I'll do is after the call, I'll send a link to all of our judges' LinkedIn's, since we're being so generous with reaching out and asking questions. So we can do that, and don't worry, you'll have a chance to reach out to them. Alhamdulillah. And our final judge is Junaina Al-Shaybani, who joins us from MWC. She's a data and government analyst from The Guardian, and she is an AI expert. Junaina, would you like to say a little bit about yourself?
Hi, everyone. Yes, thank you so much for that introduction, Grace. And also thank you so much for having me here. It's really exciting to be part of something like this, especially like as a visibly Muslim woman. So yeah, I work at The Guardian right now. I was like an actual data analyst, where when I say actual, I mean I had to like wrangle data and use like Power BI and SQL and all that kind of thing. Whereas right now my role is a lot less technical. And I'm a product owner as well. So if you ever have any questions about like the non-technical side of being in tech and what options there are for you, and if you're not a big fan of coding, please let me know, because although I can code within data, I don't like to do it. But yeah, my interests include AI governance and sort of being an advocate for women's online safety.
MashaAllah, that's amazing. Alhamdulillah. All right, ladies, here we are, Team Devos. So this is the order that we're going to go in. Team 1 will start with Ilm Connect, and also these are the names of the project submissions. There might be different names when we have our presentations, alhamdulillah. But Team 1 will go first, Ilm Connect. Number 2, Maya, and number 3, Spati. Alhamdulillah, I can't wait to hear more. So I will stop sharing. Team 1, take it away. Team 1, are you ready?
Yes, I just have a small issue sharing my screen.
No problem, no problem.
If you could patiently. I think it's because I'm not on my I'm in incognito mode. So do I have a few minutes to connect to
That's okay, alhamdulillah. Like this is a tech thing, so we always buffer in some time for any kind of technical difficulties. While Team 1's getting set up, I wonder, Noreen, would you like to introduce yourself a little bit? And I know we're going to talk more about MWC once the teams have all demoed, but just kind of maybe say a little bit about yourself and give Anam some time to get the screen sharing ready.
It wouldn't be an event if there weren't some kind of tech issues. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. I'm Noreen from Muslim Women Connect. And yeah, really excited to be here, and even just listening to the judges' bios and Grace, like the amazing community you've set up. It's just really inspiring hearing all about it. I'm not in tech at all, and I try to stay away from tech. But I'm like very inspired by it and inspired by all of the people who work in tech, we definitely need it, and especially AI. So Janae, I'm probably going to come to you with lots of questions about Muslim Women Connect and how you can support us. I actually work in a forest. I work in Epping Forest and do lots of community work and hikes and things like that. And I'm co-founder of Muslim Women Connect, which is a mentoring organization. I think I have a slot to talk about Muslim Women Connect in a little bit, so I won't tell you too much about that. But yeah, really interested in community building, and there's so much talent in the Muslim community. So it's just really incredible, especially Muslim organizations working together. Grace and I met a few months ago, and it was, yeah, we were just like, we have to work together because so much great energy and all of that kind of stuff. But
Yeah.
looks like Anim's ready. So yeah, I will stop talking now and put myself on mute.
Alhamdulillah, thank you, Noreen. Okay, Adam, take it away.
Assalamu alaikum. Actually, I'm going to start. Assalamu alaikum again. There's Tech Sisters community and judges of this hackathon. My name is Betul, and welcome to the presentation of our project, Ilm Connect. First, I would like to introduce our team. Sister Sadia, who was our mentor. We have Sister Shakira, who was our data analyst, who is our data analyst. Sister Mimi, who is the designer. Sister Anum, who is the developer, and Sister Hapso, who was also a developer. So why did we build Ilm Connect? Muslim women face challenges in advancing their careers, often limited by biases tied to race, gender, and religion. Even with strong academic achievements, barriers block their access to leadership roles. Additionally, many women miss out on mentorship early, realizing too late the value of guidance and support. While our community has a member database, it's not really user-friendly or secure, leaving its potential untapped, and opportunities for connection and growth are lost because of that. And that brings us to the solution we have. And our solution is Ilm Connect. That's a global platform that empowers Muslim women in tech through mentorship and professional networking. It connects women worldwide, fostering a supportive community and offering a tailored mentorship opportunities. A standout feature is our automated mentor matching system, which pairs users with mentors based on goals and skills, ensuring the best fit. So our platform is more than just a tool. It's a driving force for change, addressing systematic challenges and unlocking the potential of Muslim women in tech. And for the next slide, I'm reaching out to Anum. She will take it over.
Thank you, Batul. So during the ideation phase, we identified our target audience, which is Muslim women in tech. We looked at other mentoring platforms to inspire us and to see gaps that we needed to fill, and we developed a project timeline. The key features we want in our platform are user sign up and login to easily onboard mentors and mentee through a secure process. We want to have a searchable mentor database and also an automatic matching system to match mentors and mentee. A secure messaging system, a calendar integration, but also a resource library that would provide helpful tools and materials to enhance the mentorship experience, but also have articles and videos that would highlight the positive impact of mentorship on personal and professional growth. The tech stack we used is a React for the front end, Express.js for the back end, SQLite for the database. We also had a framework for testing, and we did our design on Figma. We divided tasks across the team to use everyone's strengths and ensure progress. We had frequent meetings and communication through WhatsApp. It allowed us to reassess priority as challenges came, address blocking points as a group, and keep everyone aligned on the goals. So here's a glimpse of what is the app design we created in Figma. It represents our vision for how the platform could look and function. It's still a work in progress, but it highlights some of the core feature we aim to implement. And it was really useful to have it as a foundation for our development. So now let's have a look at the website we created.
Where we share our application and its existing functionality. Navigating to the dashboard, or the landing page rather, we're able to see our mission statement as well as a few call to action buttons, such as the sign up and login button. Users can navigate to the sign up page by clicking sign up, either in the header or within the landing page, and provide their subsequent information such as first name, last name, email, country, and time zone. Users can then navigate to the login page to log in with their respective email and passwords. I will go ahead and log in now. Once logged in, my profile will then be populated onto the screen. I can then see the existing information for my profile, such as my display name, my profession, my current company, my years of experience, my profile type, my description, and any subsequent links I'd like to provide for users. I can also provide skills that I believe are aligned with my expertise. In this case, dancing, smiling, and reading. The profile type is very important for this application, specifying yourself or a user specifying themselves as a mentor or both will then populate their profile within the mentors page. Navigating to the mentors page, all existing mentors within the platform will then be populated onto the screen. Users can then use the search functionality to search for any skills, professions, or maybe even companies that users may currently be working in or at. For example, if I'm interested to find mentors that work with data, I can go ahead and write data within my search box, which will then populate all our existing data analysts as well as data scientists. If I'm interested in UX, I can go ahead and put in UX into the search bar, and all of the users who have skills or job titles that align with UX will then be populated. Users can also search for companies if that's something of interest, and then connect with the subsequent mentor with that expertise by clicking on the mentor's profile to navigate to their existing information. In the future, we hope to add functionality for users to message mentors within the platform, as well as schedule meetings on the platform with mentors. We hope this application will serve as a way for mentors and mentees to connect with each other and for people to gain new connections with Muslim sisters. Thank you, and thank you for watching this demo.
I hope you liked it. We're now going to see the matching algorithm we planned that Sister Shakirat will now talk about. Up to you, Sister.
Thank you, Susanna.
Very sorry, I stopped sharing.
Okay.
Up to you.
Before the schema, the previous slide was the schema, and the schema is like a blueprint for how our data is organized and stored in the database. All our tables are in there: user, career goals, matches, mentor goals, mentor skills as well. So this is our interactive Connect interactive dashboard. And this allows the mentors and mentees to interact with the data based on location. If we click on France, we can see that we have Adiat with the mentee and Betty with the mentor, and their availability is during the evening time. And we can also ask a question. Try one of these to get started. Example, how many users we have? So how many users we have? So that's how many users. Thank you, sis. And I'm over to you to continue with the slide. Let me stop sharing as well. So future improvement. Susanna?
Can you see? So, yes.
Okay, thank you. The content creation, creating high quality content, and also building a strong online presence, and collaborating with influencers, as in partnering with influential Muslim women in tech to increase visibility and credibility. Launching and maintenance, there's going to be a soft launch, official launch, monitoring and maintaining, as well as providing ongoing support. By following this plan of work, we can create a valuable mentorship platform that empowers Muslim women to achieve their full potential. The risk and mitigation. So we have field risk and field mitigation as well. Unauthorized access to the data, online harassment, low engagement, and technical malfunctions. With the first one, the mitigation is strong password encryption, firewall security audit, and adherence to GDPR. And with the other online harassment is community guidelines, reporting tools, and content filtering and user blocking. The low engagement is fostering inclusive culture, offer incentives, and promote regularly. And finally, the mitigation for technical malfunction is thoroughly testing, continuous monitoring, and backup systems.
So now I'm going to talk about the challenges and lesson learned during this hackathon. So we identified several challenges, which were prioritizing tasks strategically, managing time zone difference, fostering team dynamics, and enhancing communication. For the task prioritization, the project was built. The build of the project was quite fast-paced, so it required clear goal setting and adaptability from the team. So this was indeed quite challenging, but we learned to get better at it as time went by. Time zone differences highlighted the importance of planning ahead and respecting different schedules. Um, Team dynamics, we realized it was very important to build trust among team members, especially when we did not know each other prior the hackathon. So it was really a key element to achieve a good collaboration and alignment. Finally, we saw the importance of clear and consistent communication to ensure everyone stayed informed and engaged. Um, so I can conclude to say by saying that we definitely put ourselves to build a strong and collaborative team, ensuring every voice was heard and every contribution was valued. this focus on teamwork is one of the most rewarding aspects of the hackathon. I hope you enjoyed this presentation, and if you have any questions, please feel free to ask.
Mashallah, fantastic work, team one. That's so exciting and such a wonderful, wonderful way to kick us off. I want to throw it out to the judges. If you have any questions for team one, we can have a few questions now. Yeah, Janina.
My question is, how would they want to develop this idea further? And do you have any specific ideas that you'd want to implement with regards to developing it further?
Can I speak? Start answering. I think we for now we have lots of ideas we did not finish implementing. So we would really start with that, like having the messaging system integrated in the platform, the possibility to have meetings in the platform. Having everything centralized in one tool. This is one thing we would like to do. Of course, there's the improvement of the matching algorithm. I would clearly see AI coming into and helping with the matching. So this is also something that would definitely, that's part of future possible developments.
Thank you, Anam. And I just want to say I really like this idea, and I hope that you go ahead with it and actually publish it, because it's amazing. I would love something like this in real life.
Thank you.
Is there any other questions from the judges? And then maybe we can look at Marina's one, and then we'll move on to the next team.
I just have one question. So, can you just clarify to me again about the dashboard that you showed us? Is that something that you want to include as a part of the website, or is that something separate?
Yes, it's something that we want to incorporate into the platform.
Okay, thank you.
Amazing. And let's hear from Amira.
Yes, my question would be, I'm sorry, I have a guest with me. My question would be, did you study how you would be differentiating your platform compared to the other platforms that are already existing in the tech market in general?
I would say we looked at other platforms, definitely. Basically, we found Muslim Women Connect. There's a mentoring platform, but it's more like a program you apply for. So it's not really a tool where you browse mentors. I think so. That's what I understand, but correct me if I'm wrong. There was also, I think it's called Mentorpreneur in the UK, and I think it's from Islamic makers. I mean, it's the website that's called Mentorpreneur. That is quite similar, but having a look at it, first of all, there's no filter, there's no option to filter only women, and we really felt that having a platform dedicated to Muslim women would attract maybe more mentors and probably more mentees, and like give women a safe space to feel that this platform is a safe space to start a mentorship relation.
Janina, do you have a follow-up question?
I have a question that I literally just thought of, and this is for Anam or whoever it is that could give me an answer. And this is more about just like the vetting. I think that having Muslim women, like, and targeting it to Muslim women and having Muslim women be the mentors is such a good idea. And I do think it contributes to a safe space. Did you have any ideas of how, like, you would vet the women before, like, having them on as mentors, or is there any sort of system to do with that? And I appreciate it's a bit of a difficult question, but because I really like this idea, I just want to see how you'd flesh it out.
It's a really good question. I think we had the discussion about it, like how should we, like we had different approach. Should we put mentors, allow mentors to sign up directly? Should we have them vetted by another way, like an admin that knows the mentors and only allow them to be on the platform? But that's a possibility. I mean, if it's more time consuming for whoever is gonna maybe manage mentors, I would say it's an open question, but it's definitely a critical point of the application. Yeah.
Okay. Alhamdulillah, for the sake of time, I know, Janina, you have another question. I think Marina had her hand up as well, but maybe you guys can continue the conversation in the chat. We can move on to the next demo, inshallah. Amazing. Okay, that was such a great start. Alhamdulillah. Team 2, are you ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, let's take it away. Let's see it. Okay, there we go.
Can you see it?
Hey, can everyone see the screen?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Okay.
can see it.
Cool. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Sabrine. I'm one of the developers, and we are we're team 2, and our product is Maya. Next slide, please. Problem statements. There's been a decline in well-being due to loneliness. In 2024, 7.8% of adults in the UK has reported feeling lonely and their well-being declining. Maya offers an instant emotional support system that allows users to have a conversation with our chatbot, which I will explain later. Limited access to mental health resources. 22% of adults use mental health chatbots, yet they lack a little personalization to it. With Maya, we have a chatbot that is tailored to mental health support, so we can use it anytime, anywhere. There's social stigma to mental health as well, where individuals are more likely to share like negative emotions to a chatbot rather than to a person or through social media. Using this advantage with Maya, we created a non-judgmental environment so individuals can say what they need to say in a confidential environment. Next slide, please. Another problem statement is that I'm so sorry. A faith-centered mental health support. Despite 90% of users valuing mental health care that respects faith and culture, only 2.6% of Muslims has completed the NHS for clinical therapy. With AI, with our chatbot, with these things I will explain, we offer a cultural sensitive, faith-based mental health support system. So that aligns with users' beliefs. And there's breaking barriers in mental health engagement. There's been studies that show that chatbots following digital support boost engagement compared to traditional therapies where there's like a high dropout rate due to lack of barriers such as accessibility, as well as time and lack of customization. Like we've explained before, with our evidence-based digital intervention, Maya has a personalized feature to it that is engaging and is goal-oriented support. We all have been through a very hard time in terms of economic strains in the UK and around the world, and that has directly been linked to mental health challenges, where 61% of Muslims in England and Wales they live in areas with high deprivation score. With Maya, it's completely free and cost-effective, and people can use it whenever they want, despite the economical state of our environment. And now I'm going to pass this on to Mariam.
Thank you, Sabrine. Okay, now moving on to our target audience. So our first target audience is Muslim adults who are seeking Islamic guidance for emotional support which is rooted in faith and spirituality. Mental health enthusiasts, so people interested in accessible mental health tools that explore faith-based approaches. Busy professionals with high stress and hectic lifestyles that need a quick, empathetic support system. Students coping with academic stress that need culturally sensitive mental health solutions. And personal growth seekers who strive to improve self-awareness. So a tool that combines modern technology with spiritual insight. Now moving on to our low fidelity wireframes. So we used these low fidelity wireframes to come up with our user flow and our main features, which include mood tracking, activity logging, personalized insights, a calendar view, and the AI chatbot. Sorry, and then now high fidelity wireframes. So some of the existing things in the market at the moment that we looked at were Apple Health Tracker, Daily Bean, Daily EO, personal Pi, the personal AI by Inflection AI, and all of these, they had the option to either track or the option to talk to an AI. So our solution provides something that combines both. Our UI utilizes UX design principles. So the first one is it focuses on user-centric design, where it's tailored to meet the needs of users dealing with mental health challenges. We have a clear landing page with cards placed on the landing page to determine easy user flows. So you get every feature at a glance. We have a simple and clear design. So the interface is nice and clean and completely clutter-free to not overwhelm a person so that they can easily reflect and they have a space to reflect. It takes them through a few steps to encourage that reflection before taking them to the AI. We have a cohesive design that uses simple and calming colors to encourage that reflective, to encourage a space for reflection. And it also enables accessibility because it's color-coded to make it easy for people with cognitive impairments and anyone with limited tech familiarity. Our bot also focuses on emotional design. So again, the common colors and also the way it talks, it uses encouraging language and empathetic replies. And we did this with a mobile-first design approach so that Maya can be used on the go, and you're not limited to sitting at a desktop to access it. Now moving on to the high-level overview of our architecture. So our design was done primarily on Figma, as I just showed previously. We came up with the user flow on it and the icons. Our front end was done using JavaScript and React for a fast dynamic user interface. We used Material UI for components, such as a mood selection, calendar, and other key features. And lastly, our backend was done on Node.js using Express.js to handle the API endpoints. We stored all our data on MongoDB, including the chatbot sessions and the tracker. And lastly, we used Python to interact with the chatbot and to send the data back to the database. Now moving on to our demo, I'll hand it over to Rowan.
Thank you, Mariam. On our landing page, you will find a simple and easy-to-use interface. Here, users can input their feelings of the day, and based on user input, related emotions are reordered to be displayed first on the page, so they can choose from. Users can log their daily activities, all of which are visually color-coded, making it easy to glance at and understand. The chatbot feature enables users to engage in a continuous conversation and receive relevant ayahs and hadiths tailored to their mental state, and lets them reflect on the day in more depth. The homepage provides a shortcut to the mental state calendar, ensuring that all the tracking data is accessible in one place. User can track his mental state, add additional notes, and view his recent daily logs. User can also explore his past entries with ease by viewing immediate previous days or diving deeper into his history on the calendar. These are frequently used cards where user can be able to view and reflect on ayahs or hadiths of the day that are relevant to their mental state. And for the last card, user can talk about his previous day with Maya, our chatbot. Now, Samia will take it from here. Thank you.
Everyone. I will talk through the challenges that we faced during the development of this project. One of our key backend developer left unexpectedly, which created a gap on our backend development team, and we had limited time for the development. The solution that we implemented is that we reassign the roles. One of the designers worked as a front-end developer, and the front-end developers were allocated the back-end task. We identified the core features, prioritized them, and minimized the additional functionality. With flexible team having problem-solving skills under pressure, we developed key functionality on time. Let's look at the direction we are heading to. To give insight into mood trends over time, the user can filter the data. Excuse me. The user can filter the data based on different time frame, that is weekly or monthly. To spot the patterns and take necessary actions, we aim to present mood data in engaging charts and graphs. For consistent data logging, as it is crucial for recognizing trends, understanding triggers, and develop emotional resilience, we will provide daily mood reminders. Our app will provide tailored, excuse me. Our app will provide tailored advice to improve their emotional health based on the tracked data, and we aim to integrate it with the tech variables. So that was all about Maya chatbot. Feel heard, feel healed, one chat at a time. Thank you for listening. Feel free to ask any question. The floor is open.
Wow, what a last line. SubhanAllah, that is so amazing. MashaAllah. 2 weeks you did this. This is amazing, amazing stuff. Alhamdulillah. And again, you really bounced back from having significant difficulty. All right, Junaina, hands up. Let's do it. Alhamdulillah.
Of course, it's me. I'm just gonna quickly say so everyone else gets a chance to speak. This idea is insane. Like, it's so amazing. I love, love, love this idea. I was a bit hesitant, especially because of the idea of like using AI to connect with people emotionally. Like, what kind of challenges does that pose? But I think you guys actually are using it for people to reflect genuinely. So I think that's really cool. Coming to my question, I think, would you guys sort of consider, because the problem is kind of to address loneliness and things like that, would you guys consider sort of having a functionality that encourages people to seek community within their within their immediate, I suppose, Muslim communities or things like that? Are there any kind of functionalities you think about on that? Because I think solely relying on AI chatbot for fulfilling, some sort of emotional need, I think it's good to point them towards that. Would you ever consider that, or do you disagree with me? It's okay if you disagree with me as well.
We definitely agree with that. And something we did think quite early on during the inception was that we do need to also put a way, like integrate into our AI to recognize when people have an actual mental health issue that needs to be solved by a professional. So that is something that we were thinking about integrating in the future, so that we can redirect people to actual because obviously we're not providing professional services. It's more for the average reflective person.
Amazing. Thank you for your answer.
Yeah.
Okay, Alhamdulillah. I think it's Zara's next.
Yeah, I had a very, very similar question actually. I was gonna ask similar about the limitations of AI, like what you think, and it was touched on the previous question. So if you do have any more thoughts on, obviously, I feel like there is limits to a certain level of empathy and emotions that AI can understand. I wanted to know if you took these limitations into consideration when thinking about this design.
Okay, we did think about those limitations, but at the same time, we do, because we understand those limitations, it's kind of linking to what Miriam said about the AI being able to recognize when the actual person needs to seek help, because the chatbot, it can go as far as it can go. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, and I think even sort of one thing to even consider further is sort of integrating some sort of like some sort of user connections or something like that. So if your idea is loneliness, then you can actually even use this to connect people together.
That's a very good idea.
Yeah, I really, really, really like this idea as well.
I agree with you on that one. That's another thing that we will definitely need to discuss as a team.
But yeah, very good work, mashallah.
Alhamdulillah. Let's hear from Amira. You're muted, Amira. Oh,
we can't hear you.
Not muted, but something. That's probably what it is. No.
I think you are going to hear me now, right?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry, it's a problem with my headset. Yeah, as a follow-up question to the great questions from Zara and Junaina about the use of AI in your specific project, I was first wondering if you studied some concrete examples that we have about the risks of having AI managing these kind of conversations about mental health and sentiments, and have you considered how you are going to be sure that you are mitigating well any risks that AI may give some recommendations or may misinterpret some emotion? And my second question is, have you also considered how you can use AI as a way also of being able to explore how we can give to people a way of seeing how Quran can be used in our practical life? Because especially with the new generations, they may sometimes have difficulty to see how they can like apply in practice what they learn in Quran. So have you explored the idea of AI helping with exploring different ways ulama have interpreted Quran and then projecting that to what the need people have around their mental health and help them see and explore how Quran may help them.
Okay, to answer your first question, in terms of the limitations of AI, I've read a study where hackers can kind of reverse engineer the prompts of different websites of different AIs and get users' information. So with Maya, we don't have a login system because of that, and we have also trained the AI to be very general in a sense that it doesn't have any user information whatsoever. So it just talks about the problem and the problem in itself, and that's as far as it goes. And the second question, okay, you repeat the second question, please?
Sure. Yeah. My second question is, have you thought about how you can use AI here to help them kind of match or explore how some parts of the Quran or some specific ayats in the Quran would help them with some specific feelings they feel? Like if we, for example, feel sometimes stressed about work, we can sometimes feel how certain ayats give us lessons about how we can like feel better about having stress or seeing things differently. You see what I mean? So yeah, trying to explore the different interpretation that ulama have about Quran and help people explore that related to the feeling they feel every day.
The way we trained our thank you for your question. The way we trained our AI is that it's all about being reflective, and even though yes, the AI that we do have give advice, it also talks about okay how it kind of just gives advice on how they can implement. So for example, where I think I tried the chatbot, it worked completely fine, and what happened was I typed in, oh, I was feeling really sad, I'm stressed at work, and the chatbot responded and saying, what part of work are you feeling stressed about? Have you decided to take a walk? Stuff like that. So they do, in a sense, they do give advice, and hopefully in the future I want to implement different elements, different interpretations of different ayahs and incorporating that into AI in the future. Hopefully that answers your question.
I want to build on that answer. So something that we initially considered right at the start was to incorporate the stories of the prophets, ﷺ, and of all the Sahabas as well, to draw actual real life comparisons between what you're going through and what someone else has gone through before, so that you could easily make that connection. So it is something that, again, upon inception of this project, we really do want to incorporate the idea of people finding it easier, more accessible to apply Islam in their life, more than just, like praying, fasting, reading Quran.
Yes, that was exactly what I imagined like example. So yeah, very excited to see that you are exploring these ideas. Thanks a lot.
Mashallah, amazing. Tahira, I see you have your hand up, but in the interest of time, can I ask you to please put your question in the chat? And there's a couple of other questions for Team 2 in the chat already. We are well over time, alhamdulillah, but so inspired by all of these presentations. Just want to keep going, alhamdulillah. Ahmed as well, please put the question in the chat. We're going to move on to Team 3. Alhamdulillah. Yeah, so excited. All right, Team 3, are you ready?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
My name is Mariam from Team 3, and we are going to be presenting a marvelous idea here. So meet the team, myself as the product manager, we have Sandrine, UI UX designer, Khadija is our front-end developer, and Amina is our back-end data scientist. I'm sure at some point in our lives as women and as Muslim women, we would agree we had moments when we would feel sad, anxious, tired. Might be as a result of raging hormones, the state of our lives, or condition of things. And we may not feel the need to talk to anyone, or we might be afraid of being judged, or we might actually feel unheard. Now, imagine being a young Muslimah that is trying to balance faith, life, and personal growth in today's world. Meet Fatima. She's 25, an ambitious student, and she's full of dreams. But lately, she's been feeling kind of lost, disconnected from her faith, overwhelmed by her goals, and unsure of where to turn to for support. I'm sure Fatima's story isn't unique. It's the reality of me, of you, and millions of other women like us. That's why we have created Sahbiti. Sahbiti is more than an app, it's an AI-powered companion which offers emotional support, helping the user to set achievable goals, send gentle reminders to reconnect with our faith step by step. Sabiti can turn our chaos into calm, our overwhelm into action, and give us a near perfect life. So we have, how does Sabiti help us? We have our key features here. The user authentication allows user to sign in and sign up. That's to maintain their data. We have an AI-powered chatbot, which would provide empathetic advice based on Quranic wisdom. Goal setting assistance can help you break down big goals into daily achievable steps. We have smart reminders that would help to deliver personalized reminders just to reconnect with your faith and your daily goals. So from our research, we found out that majority of our respondents resonate with seeking faith-based tools for different challenges like this, maybe just loneliness, mental health issues, and the likes. And we don't really have much apps around that integrate emotional and it's based on technology. Also, Sabiti will be able to fill a gap in the growing market for personalized faith-based tech because we saw that the apps that we have out there, majority are not faith-based. So our target audience is Muslims age 16 to 40. So for the future, we feel we are going to be integrating mood-based Quranic verses, duas, community features where we would have women of like minds coming together to discuss, to form bond, friendship. Can have dual repositories, daily planner that will be integrated with Islamic routines because our aim is to maintain the faith in this crazy world. So I'll be handing over to my teammate Khadija to come and show us how Sabiti is going to be helping us. Khadija, please, can you come on? Hi, Khadija.
Hi, I'm sorry, I'm trying to share my screen.
All right, that's fine. Let me stop sharing my.
Can we all see my screen, please?
Yes, we can see it.
Assalamu alaikum, my name is Khadija, and I will take you through the app that we built called Sahabti. Sahabti is an AI-powered female companion app that aimed at offering Islamic guidance, personalized reminder, and goal setting support to help women navigate emotion, achieve their spiritual goals, and reach their full potential. So firstly, I will click on Sahabti. It will take us to the sign up page where we can sign up our email address, then take us to where we'll check our email address. We are going to be sent a code. So we can input our code inside this, then submit our code, then submit our code to take us to our dashboard. This is our dashboard. In our dashboard, you will see we have mode selection where we have mode-based Quranic verses. We have happy mode, which is bringing the hadith. We have sad mode to change to Quran. And we have overwhelmed, where we have prophetic stories that we can relate to. So we have our daily goals. Our daily goals, when we achieve our daily goals, it will cancel like this. When we achieve everything, it will change the symbols to you are done with your daily goals. And we have the personal goals and the spiritual goals. When you click here, it will take you to your personal goals. And from your dashboard, you can communicate with the Zapti AI chat box. For instance, these are the suggestions we have tried. How can I stay motivated? So it will generate what you can do to be motivated. So you can see it generates Quranic connect with the Quran. The duhas that you can make when you want to feel motivated, and remind you of the prophetic stories, and set realistic goals to make you feel motivated, and seek support. Like today now, I'm very nervous for the presentation. So I come here to say I'm nervous. I'm nervous for my presentation. I'm nervous for my presentation today. So when I ask the chat box will give me some Quranic verse I can say, or some du'as I can say to make me feel calm, so I won't be nervous. So this is the output. You can see these are the Quranic verse. Says, remember that Allah is always with you, and He grants ease where there is difficulty. So to help you calm your nerves, try this. Take refuge in Allah. Hello, can you hear me, please?
Yes, we can hear you. Alhamdulillah.
Because I'm using my phone because it's a mobile app development. So these are take refuge in Allah. You can recite this, and it will tell you the meaning in English. Remember that the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam also phrased this, so it tells you and some easy prayer that you can say to make you feel calm, and some focus intention, deep breaths, even encourage you to deep breathe, take some slow deep breath to help calm your physical symptoms of nervousness. So this is basically what our app is doing, and it is also helps for setting goals, to break down some big goals into daily achievable steps, and it also sets a smart reminder for to reconnect with your faith. Thank you for listening to us. And another thing is, when you sign up, you can sign in from here, and this will lead you to your dashboard. Sorry, because I did not put anything here, so it is saying I have not input. So it will lead you to your dashboard straight whenever you have already signed up. Thank you very much for listening to my presentation. Jazakumullah khairan. I'm stopping sharing. Thank you.
Well, that was incredible. Okay, Miriam, you have the second half. All right, alhamdulillah.
So, Mariam, please, you can
Sorry.
continue.
All right. Thank you very much, Khadija, for that beautiful presentation. I'm sure we have all seen the wonders Sahbiti can do. So, during this project, during the course of the 4 weeks, we learned a lot. Although we had some little bit of risk that we took, but Alhamdulillah, we were able to at least get something going forward. So our risk included limited time frame because we felt how would we be able to develop something this big in that time? But Alhamdulillah, we got around that. Resource constraints, having to manage different expertise levels and access to advanced tools. Collaboration challenges, we are all our teams are comprised of people from different zones and different countries. So it wasn't easy, but Alhamdulillah, we're able to go up front. Then we have the user validation risk. At first, we were not really sure because while we were trying to ideate, we were told we should do something that resonates with us. Our problem might come from something that resonates with us. So we're not sure of how many people would actually resonate with our idea, but in the long run, we had so many responses during our market research. So that went well too. So the rewards, we have a team growth. We're able to strengthen our collaboration, our communication, and also our problem solving skills. I learned a lot from all my teammates. We have innovative solutions. We've been able to develop a unique faith-based app that would, I'm very, very sure if we are going to be iterating this, would fill a significant gap in the market because we didn't really see something that is doing exactly what our solution will be doing. Then we have the experience that we gained. We've gained valuable experience, technical, communication, collaboration, and I'm sure it will benefit us beyond this project. So thank you very much for listening. With Tapti, you are never alone. For women like me, yourself, Fatima, and millions more, Sapti is the companion that they've been waiting for. And together we are going to be helping Muslims discover their faith, their purpose, and their peace. So thank you very much for listening.
Wow, 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 wow. SubhanAllah, that is so much coding that you guys pulled off in 2 weeks. SubhanAllah, having the validation on the email addresses, that's a lot of work. SubhanAllah. And all the teams have such great finishing lines. SubhanAllah, amazing, amazing work. Taking it over to the judges. Any questions for Sati? Why am I struggling on that one? Any questions for Team 3? Alhamdulillah.
I really liked your idea, and I also loved how the chatbot was giving practical advice as well, like read these du'as and stuff. I wanted to ask if you knew, with having Islamic advice on the chatbot, and having the chatbot and AI interpret these Islamic verses, is there any way for you to monitor sort of the AI, or how do you ensure that the AI is kind of interpreting Islam or interpreting the verses in an appropriate way for the situation? Is that something for you to do further, or is that something based on the AI you've chosen? What would that look like?
Thank you for the question. I believe it's something that we would have to be looking for further, like in the future. So we can have an hybrid AI system that would maybe combine with human oversight. And also we can have a domain specific models maybe train specific data and also continuous learning too. So that will be for the future.
Yeah, sounds good. So, just like a little bit follow up on that. So right now, the way that, just so I understand that, the way that it works is just the model you use is just basically however it's been trained, it's pulling from that information, like the
Yeah.
relevant Islamic from its own database.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much.
Yeah, go ahead, Amira.
Yeah, very great idea and presentation. My question is, we are now more and more experiencing new ways of enriching the experience with conversational interfaces in general, and seeing your idea about giving guidance to the woman by sharing du'as or ayat. Have you considered how you will be in the future enriching and making this interaction more maybe interactive, using maybe voice or images or any kind of different ways of sharing information other than blocks of text, just also to make the whole experience more engaging and also maybe more accessible for the woman to go through these different guidance?
Yeah, I believe that would be part of our future features, like the features that we are going to be expanding on. Like we have so much ideas that we could incorporate into the app, but when we were ideating, we have so much to write, and we were just like, no, we can't do this in 2 weeks. So it is just something we'll be looking at in the future, inshallah. And allow me.
Okay, inshallah. And just a follow-up question. You mentioned as an answer to the question of Zara that you will be considering the continuous learning of the models that you will be using. Have you also thought about how you can have some human in the loop mechanisms where every woman with whom you will be sharing advices and guidance can also give feedback to the chatbot about how useful or how helpful this advice was?
Yes, yes. It's something like a community feature. And I also said we can have a hybrid AI system. So it can combine AI with human oversight. We know AI cannot be too reliable like that. So
yeah,
we can have something like that. And also community is something that would actually be one of our next features in our next iterations.
Great.
So it will also help.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, you're welcome.
Janela, any questions? MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Okay, in that case, it's judging time. Yeah, so definitely do not envy the judges. They have such a hard job ahead of them. Alhamdulillah. So they will hop off the call, discuss, and inshallah, about 10 minutes, they'll come back and we will find out the winner. Alhamdulillah. All right. And in the meantime, we have Noreen telling us about MWC. I'll just get the presentation up so we have the slide. I'm so inspired, guys. MashaAllah. This is honestly, like during the presentations, I was tearing up. I just feel so proud of you all. MashaAllah. You did such an amazing job. All right. Noreen, take us away. Alhamdulillah.
I feel like I can't follow on from everything that I've just seen. It's really crazy because I really didn't know what to expect from this hackathon, and I'm so in awe and I'm so inspired by all of your presentations. And we were literally just saying, Grace and I were just saying, we're so happy that we're not judges because I would not know I would not know what to do. But yeah, a huge well done, and I can't believe you guys did that in like 2 weeks. I can't even imagine how much work went on behind that. So I'll talk a little bit quickly about Muslim Women Connect, and hopefully by the time I finished, I'll keep waffling until they've made a decision. So I don't know if any of you have heard about Muslim Women Connect before, but we are a mentoring organization, which is why I was especially happy when I saw the first one come up. I was literally messaging Grace saying, can we buy them? Like, is that possible? So we run 6-month mentoring programs, and I guess exactly what you mentioned at the beginning, it was to fill in needs. So there are so many talented Muslim women in our community, and really senior women in are literally all across sectors. And we really wanted to create something that was simple, that allowed us all to kind of come together, share our knowledge, but also help women practically through a mentoring program. So we do run a 6-month mentoring program. I wish I could say we had like a shiny platform and a way to kind of like AI match people and things like that, but no, it's very manual. So if any of you tech sisters want to help us, yeah, please reach out. But our applications are now open, so it's open to anybody who wants to be mentored. So it used to have an age cap. We used to be 18 to 30, but then we realized actually everyone needs a mentor. And so alhamdulillah, we have a really diverse program, and Grace is also a mentor on our program, which is incredible. So if you are looking to if you want a mentor or you want to mentor somebody, please do sign up. It's a really lovely community. And another reason we started was also just acknowledging that Muslim women are at a disadvantage in the workplace when it comes to employment. We actually started 7 years ago, and one of the reasons we started was we saw these stats which said that Muslim women were 3 times more likely to be unemployed, that they face a triple penalty. And some of you might have felt that when filling out application forms and things like that. But we really wanted to create something that kind of addressed the problem, but also just created a support group and an internal network so we could kind of like support each other and help each other. We recently I say recently, a few years ago, we did a report on the experiences of Muslim women in the UK. It was the biggest report that's ever been done. I think over 600 people signed a survey, and from that we were able to kind of get lots of experiences that women feel at work, different types of like Islamophobia, barriers they face as well. And so we launched a report in Parliament and came up with lots of recommendations as well. So what workplaces can do to make it more inclusive, how can you get rid of bias in application processes, things like that. So check out that report. It's called Empowered Employment, and you would think that over time things get like a lot better, but sometimes it just feels like, you always need people and structures and reports and things like that to shine a light on where people could be doing better, where employers could be doing better and things like that. So that's another branch of what we do. We also do lots of hikes and things like that. So if you're into hiking or going outdoors, please come and join us. We don't do any like intense 25-mile hikes. We try to keep it like cute and casual. So around 2-3 hours, but lots of breaks and fun in the middle. So yeah, please do join us. So it was the whole of the UK. So we didn't go, I'm just looking at the questions in the chat box. We didn't go past the UK because we thought it was really important to figure out what the community that we serve, how they're feeling, what the barriers are that they face. And then in terms of our programs, we used to be just London based, but now we run a virtual program as well. So it doesn't matter where you are in the UK, you can sign up and we can virtually match you. And we do sit through we go through lots of applications and try to organically and authentically match people. So yeah, that's just a little bit about our program. But I guess this is like a really, really amazing example of what happens when you bring people with talent together. And just watching the presentations, it just, I don't know, I got such like a warm, fuzzy feeling inside thinking like we're so, alhamdulillah, so blessed to have such a talented community who are constantly giving back. And I love that all of the products that you even came up with, they were really like God-centric. I think that's so important, especially as we like excel in our careers, to make sure we don't lose that part of ourselves. But yeah, I'm going to stop waffling now.
Mashallah, mashallah, that's amazing, Noreen. Alhamdulillah. I didn't realize I didn't even share the screen. But I've been putting in the
That's okay.
MWC links as we've been going. um, no, but I think as well, when we had our session at the Muslim Tech Fest and we were collaborating together, there's such a strong overlap between MWC and Tech Sisters. It's really like, we're two parts of the same whole, alhamdulillah. And it's really beautiful seeing our communities come together and just see that we have such shared interests and shared needs and shared things that we're doing to benefit our communities. Alhamdulillah. Okay, so my turn to do some waffling, but not really waffling. We're take a moment to thank our mentors, alhamdulillah. So something special about our hackathon that is also kind of unique to how we do it at Tech Sisters is we had a mentor who was embedded with each of the teams, alhamdulillah. So that meant that they always had somebody on hand to ask questions or help get unblocked or just, give them some support when things seemed really unclear and you're not sure if you're going to make it through, alhamdulillah. So our mentors were Sadia Zakaria, who is a Tech Sisters MVP. Mashallah, I feel like I say that every time I introduce her, but she is one of our first members to join. She's been with us from the very beginning, alhamdulillah. Sadia is a senior director at Senior Director of Software Development at Media Radar. We have Anisa. Oh, I'm rushing through it. I need to take my time. So, Sadia, would you like to introduce yourself and maybe share your reflections on the mentoring experience? Alhamdulillah.
Assalamu alaikum. Sorry, had to reconnect. Yeah, I'm so happy to be here. This is our second hackathon, mashallah. It's amazing to see how the process was so different from last year. I know my team, Team One, alhamdulillah, we really learned a lot together. We really helped each other. I think the beautiful thing of a hackathon with Muslim sisters is, normally you're building trust, but we had a base level of trust due to our sisterhood. Alhamdulillah. So it was really helpful, I think, starting with that base level of trust. I think, inshallah, we learned a lot from each other. We learned, how to get through some of those project management obstacles of negotiating time zones and staying on task. And there was a lot of great ideation. I think one of the reflections I have from this year is I feel like even though we say it's a month long, it flies by, Grace. we might want to make it actually a bit longer, just because I know, once we got into our momentum and we just had so many ideas the team wanted to implement, it felt like there just wasn't enough time to do it all. But it's really amazing seeing strong, talented Muslim women from different backgrounds, different geographies, different cultures, all come together based in Islam and coming together for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and, giving, sharing, helping, supporting, understanding. It was really a beautiful experience.
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. I'm so glad that you could be a mentor again. I think your mentorship especially is so valued by all the teams that you come in contact with, mashallah. So it's amazing that you share your time with us. Alhamdulillah. All right. Our other mentor, Anisa Khan, software engineer, Farm Appy, mashallah. You have a unique take on this as well, Anisa. So tell us how your reflections on this hackathon.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. So last year I was actually a hackathon participant. So it was really nice to join it this year from the flip side. So my team was Team 2, Team Maya. And it was really nice to see how you just put a bunch of random Muslim women together and they just gelled so well. They got to know each other, know each other's strengths. And I think same as how Sadia mentioned, you just wanted to keep going because you see how these women just started thriving with each other, and I'm kind of sad to see that stop. I kind of want them to continue working together because I feel like they could do something really amazing. But hopefully now they've got this connection to each other, they can keep in touch, hopefully keep building. and I'm really proud of what they've ended up actually building. They're one team member down, so they had a bit of scope change, but in the end, they had an amazing presentation, amazing product to show you guys.
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. And our last mentor was Dania, who is a data science and AI engineer, works at Muslim Jobs. And a lot of our Tech Sister members will be very familiar seeing Dania's name popping up in the chat, mashallah, because she has been a very energetic lead in the skills development team, where they started a whole new thing at Tech Sisters, where we have a 1 month learning challenge. And what was it, in October, I think? Alhamdulillah, there was a whole 1 month challenge where Texas members got to interact with learning an LLM and what was it? Building a project for the first time with a very basic level of AI. So Dania has been a huge force in Tech Sisters, mashallah, and really encouraging skill development throughout our members. Dania, would you like to share your reflections on this year's hackathon, mashallah?
Thank you so much, Sister Grace, for the lovely introduction. I really appreciate it. For me, being a mentor at this hackathon was a very rewarding experience. I would say I learned from the sisters more than what they have learned from me, mashallah. They come from different backgrounds, but they all have this spirit of giving to the community and this spirit of collaborating with each other and building something. Allahumma barik. It was very amazing to see that sisters, some of them are moms with kids, were able to put into the hard work and finish their application, alhamdulillah, despite all the challenges.
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. Yeah, that's the thing. I think with all these hackathons, thinking from my perspective of the years past, this is part of the drama, right, of the hackathon experience. It's never a clean path from the first idea that you have when we submit the project submissions halfway through the month. The first 2 weeks we have the ideas, you do your research, but it's so clean, right? And then the second half is where all the drama happens.
I totally agree, subhanAllah.
Alhamdulillah, if anyone's going to drop out, it's usually in the second half in the build phase. And it's a fact of life. So I'm not saying that to blame anybody. It's natural to drop, but it will always happen in the build. Alhamdulillah, and then you always have to pivot and redefine your scope. And alhamdulillah, but that's the excitement. That's what we're here for. The drama, yeah, PTSD. Alhamdulillah, I remember. Alhamdulillah. Okay, I'm going to check in on the judges and see how they're doing. In the meantime, let's hear from some of the other guests on the call. What was, maybe you're inspired to build a project or think about, something like that. Maybe share some reflections or maybe your thoughts while I just very quickly message the judges and see how they're coming along. Alhamdulillah. And like Noreen said, you can put your LinkedIn in the chat, and we can also have the networking and a whole connect with everybody on there.
Anybody want to share?
Alhamdulillah. We can also talk a little bit about the demographics. So I know maybe that's not a normal, exciting topic, but I'm filling up some time. Alhamdulillah. So I was mentioning before, Tech Sisters has about 700 members. We're spread globally. And you might have noticed through the presentations that our sisters are located from all these different countries. So just within the hackathon itself, we had members from the UK and America and France and lots of Nigerian sisters. MashaAllah, I think everybody is really surprised that one of our top 3 countries representing Tech Sister members is Nigeria, but MashaAllah, really, really talented tech scene there. There you go. Mashallah, each of the teams were organized to be pretty balanced against the various tech stacks. So they all had a data analyst, a designer, a couple of developers, a project manager, and of course, the mentor. Let's see, what else can I talk about? Alhamdulillah. So a very constant thing within Tech Sisters is we have to balance for levels of experience and levels of oh wait, let's see, message from the judges. Oh, they're almost there. Alhamdulillah, the anticipation. But we always frequently have to balance between the experience of our members and just trying to it's very normal for participants in a hackathon to have very little experience or to not really have built things before. But this should be a really good example of just what you can do with maybe just having like describing yourself as a junior level developer, because almost all of the developers who participated in the hackathon this year, and correct me if I'm wrong, people listening, but were listed themselves in the application as junior level. And I think we can speak for everybody that the content that you put out it's really good, mashallah. It's very, very impressive work. One of the most frequent things that we hear from people who are considering to sign up for the hackathon but feel a little bit nervous is that they don't have the skill set for it yet, or they just haven't really worked on a project together with somebody. But this is a really good example of you can have that support within your team. You collaborate, you really push yourself beyond what you think is possible, and you can achieve really, really amazing things, alhamdulillah. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of coming up, let's see, what other things are coming up with Tech Sisters. So we have an annual community report that we do every year that we could take a look. I'm not going to read the report, but that will be coming up in January. Will be our newest report, and you can learn more about what Tech Sisters does, the kind of events that we put on each year, and just community, inshallah. Okay, let's see. Yes, there is only one hackathon a year, just because the time it takes to organize this, guys. Alhamdulillah. Okay. Thanks, Rabia. Right. What else, ladies? All right. Me and Noreen have kind of waffled and filled up as much time as we can. So please, someone else talk and share your experiences. Maybe someone from one of the teams can kind of give a general thought on how it's been for you guys.
Grace, could I just ask, sorry,
Yeah,
while no one's talking, was this all done virtually? So were the teams in different, like globally?
Yeah. So within each team, I think only team 2 had everybody in the UK. The rest were spread out.
Okay. And for those teams, I have a question for you. How difficult was it with like time zones and things like that to actually be able to meet and work on this? Because it's not even just, we'll meet after work. I feel like you must have had lots of different challenges. And I'm saying yes.
Yes, definitely. I mean, I'm in the UK, and our mentor and another member, Hapso, in our team, they in the US. It was like we were going to sleep, and I think they were in the middle of the day, and they're working as well. So it was, it was difficult, but we had like a little time to connect with each other, and we needed to take it, like plan it and say that okay, we need to meet at this time, no matter what.
Wow, that's amazing.
But I know Sister Sadia and Hub, so they really compromise. Sometimes they were at work and they connected.
Secretly working on the hackathon. Very good.
Yeah, in general, Noreen, whenever I schedule something in Tech Sisters, I have to include like all the time zones. And it's so complicated. In the registration form for this, there's like a drop down of like select your time zone. It's like 20 different options that we have, and it's so crazy. We do have regional teams. So there's a North America regional team, and they're going to be putting out. So Saudi has been running that for a while. In the next 3 months, we're going to be putting out some more things that are targeted to American time zones, because it is impossible to it's impossible to satisfy everybody, subhanAllah.
Love that. Oh my gosh. Sorry. I just saw the judges WhatsApp group.
I see it too. They can come in. Alhamdulillah.
Okay. I'm so happy I'm not a judge.
I know.
That is all I'm gonna say.
So I know this is a little bit awkward dead time while the judges were deciding, but last year we actually had a full day in between the presentations and the awards. And so on purpose, I wanted to condense them into just one call because it was way, way, way too much work. I think probably the people on this call can agree. It was the suspense just of having a whole day in between your demo and then finding out who won was too much. Alhamdulillah. Okay, here comes Zara.
I feel like I should do like a drum roll.
I
Or
know.
like play dramatic music, but not music, maybe like a nasheed. I don't know.
A dramatic nasheed, alhamdulillah. We can use the Maya or one of the apps to recommend something to increase the drama hadith. Alhamdulillah. Okay. All right, alhamdulillah. Halal beats. Yeah, there you go.
I should have said that, not dramatic. I was just thinking about, like when when there's like a countdown or something dramatic's happening, there's like that music.
Yeah. So next year, Noreen, we'll do this bit in person and we'll have so much drama.
That would be amazing. Maybe that could be one of like the hackathon challenges to create like
a nice little app or just like a time filler thing. Halal sound generator.
Are they all back? So
Zara came back, but not the other two.
Janaina's back.
Yeah, I think everyone's back.
Oh, okay.
Hey guys.
Oh, I didn't see you come in. All right, let's hear it. You were just hitting me in the range, just waffling before. Okay, mashallah.
I'll do a drum roll.
I nominate Zara to say who the winner is.
That's a big responsibility you're giving me. Okay. Well, it goes without saying that we took our time because it was a very difficult decision, and we are very inspired by all the projects and all the effort that everyone put in and the wonderful ideas as well. We were just saying that this is something that we need to learn from. But there was one team that we decided, impressed us a little bit extra, and the winner is, drumroll, Team 3.
Congratulations, Team 3.
Congratulations. Great work.
Yeah, great effort. You
And
are very proud of yourselves.
yes, as Zahra said, we are really proud of all the teams. We were really impressed, and you are really a good example for all of us to follow in terms of like taking the challenge and working around all the also blockers and surprises that you had all along the adventure. So yeah, really, you should be all proud of yourself.
Mashallah, well done. Alhamdulillah. Any thoughts, Team 3? And Dania, your team, mashallah.
Subhanallah. I'm so happy. Subhanallah. Because I have to build this. I did not know React Native before. I have to build this in 4 days. In 4 days, subhanallah. I did not in the last line. I have to submit the report. Subhanallah. Alhamdulillah.
Oh, mashallah. Khadija, you did amazing.
Anyways, I don't have an idea with React Native. I just know React. I just said that I told my team I would make sure I do it. I will try my best. And in 4 days I put this up. Alhamdulillah. Subhanallah.
Alhamdulillah. Well, now you have an amazing story to tell any interviewer because you are a very talented React developer, mashallah. To do that in 4 days, because I know I've done stuff like that before in the past. That is hard work. You did amazing.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you.
Oh, alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. Oh, everybody, I'm so happy.
Yeah. It was so hard. Subhanallah.
Well, now you can relax, take a weekend off and then think about how you're going to build it and take it from here, alhamdulillah. So you guys are going to get 400 pounds for the prize and as a very tiny little seed, alhamdulillah. But definitely put your logo on like some stickers or something because that is an amazing logo. It's so beautiful, mashallah. Alhamdulillah. Well, such an incredible night, alhamdulillah. I'm really, really, really inspired. Thank you so much, everybody, for participants, the mentors, the judges, Noreen, everybody, thank you, bottom of my heart, alhamdulillah. It was an amazing, amazing night. Oh, mashallah. And inspiring the next generation as well, mashallah. So sweet. Alhamdulillah. I'm going to stop the recording now. Alhamdulillah. Thank you very much, everybody. And that's a wrap. All right. Assalamu alaikum. Have a wonderful night.
Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye. Bye.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, seriously. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Well done. Alhamdulillah. Well done. Well done to everyone. Like, you guys really did well.
And to
Yeah,
Sister
well done.
Khadija, well done.
Yeah, seriously.
I didn't think we will win.
You did amazing.
Yes.
I didn't even think. I didn't like my mind. My mind was off. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. Thank you very much for that wonderful presentation.
Thank you too for all you did. Thank you. Thank you.
Mommy. Good night, everyone.
All right. Good night. We'll talk more in the group.
Okay. You going to sleep?
I know I have a bunch of work to do. Like I left some things because when I came back from work, I had to finish up with everything and try to brush up my presentation. So I want to go and finish everything up before I would sleep. But I'm sure going to be sleeping very good this night. Like
I hope, inshallah. Do some dua for me. May Allah.
Yes, by Allah's mercy, by Allah's mercy. It was really nice working with you. Like, I learned so much from you.
Yeah, me too. I hope we will keep in touch.
Yes,
Inshallah.
yes, definitely, inshallah.
I love your vibe. I definitely love.
I love yours too.
Yeah.
I love yours. I love your spirit. I love your leadership. I love your resilience. Like you seriously in the middle of motherhood and everything, and you're doing so amazing.
Thank you.
Barakallahu fi.
Yeah,
Barakallahu fi.
I like love. It's like every time I just do some things.
Yeah.
I really like love a lot.
Yeah.
Nothing is
Barakallahu. Alhamdulillah.
No. So good night.
All right, good night.
Okay.
And sleep very well.
Thanks, you too.
Yeah, bye.
Bye. Assalamualaikum.
Bye. Waalaikum salam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.